Right now, I'm based in Warsaw. I work as freelance editor mostly for documentaries and commercial projects. And additionally, with my friends, this summer we started a little social project uh, where we focus on memories of people who live in the villages in the forest in northeast Poland.
In the last 5 years, I have been strengthening a production company that I founded together with a friend from the film school. Since that moment, we have started the development and production of many film projects focused on social and political issues of the Mexican reality. I am currently at the post-production of my first documentary feature film as a director called La Misma Sangre, and I finished the production of a documentary film called No Son Horas de Olvidar, and which is about to be released on the next few months. And I'm working on the development of a documentary series as director and 3 fiction feature films as producer. Additionally, I have produced several short films in the last 5 years. So, I have currently diversified my career between direction and production. The documentary cinema in Mexico has acquired a lot of relevance in the last 10 years. In fact, in 2019, there were 73 documentary feature films of the 216 films that were produced. In Mexico, there are great documentary filmmakers such as Everardo González, Lucía Agajá, Juan Carlos Rulfo, and Tatiana Hueso. Precisely, with her last film, a documentary received the Ariel Award for Best Picture for the first time. This expressed the way in which documentary cinema is an increasingly important piece on the cinematographic industry in Mexico. State funds have been a key element in stimulating the production of documentary film in Mexico, since there is full awareness of the importance of documentary to reveal the social structure and to make visible all the problems of violence, inequality, and injustices that we face in the country.
In Poland, I would say documentary film situation is very good. There is big interest among creators in documentary film, and we have big history of documentary film, like we have Kieślowski and other great directors. And what else? I don't know really how many documentaries are produced each year, but I would say it's like more than 20 at least, feature, and a bunch of shorts. And in film school, there is always class for documentaries. Education-wise, it's also big, and there is Vida Film School, where is a special program dedicated to documentary film, and there is some really good pieces like Communion by Anna Zamenska that got European Film Award, that was co-produced by Vida Film School. And film school, like my Łódź Film School, it's also lots of documentary class, lots of talking about documentaries, and so I think it's still something going on there.
I am a graduate of the National School of Cinematographic Arts of the National Autonomous University of Mexico. This is the oldest film school in Latin America, and from where some of the most prestigious Mexican filmmakers on the international scene have graduated. In this school, a master's degree in documentary film is taught. Additionally, there are various training programs and workshops that are taught very frequently throughout the year, including the Artegios Company workshop, where the best documentary filmmakers in the country teach. As Mexico is a very important epicenter for cinema in Latin America, it is common to find many workshops and forums in the film festivals that take place in the country. Mexico is a country that in 2019 registered 168 film festivals and cinematographic events. Of these, an important part have sections for documentary cinema, and others are totally specialized in documentary cinema. Among these, a fabulous initiative called Ambulante stands out, which brings a program of the best documentary films in the world to a very wide spectrum of areas covering almost the entire national territory. Ambulante opened the doors for Mexicans to consume much more documentary films than ever. Additionally, there are wonderful festivals such as DocsMX, the Sanate Film Festival, and the Documenta in Querétaro. Recently, there have been exhibition efforts by Sede Cine, which includes a very important alternative exhibition circuit for those cities or towns where alternative cinema and documentaries do not reach. In addition, in Mexico we have the Filmin Latino platform, where you can access a wide selection of top-level Mexican and Latin American documentaries.
We have lots of festivals dedicated to documentary films. At the beginning of September, there's one of the best, Dogs Against Gravity in Warsaw. And it's going to be hybrid, like online, both online and real festival. And so audience, like festival audience, is highly interested in documentaries. And distribution online, like HBO is co-producing lots of good, like middle length documentaries. And like art document, like let's say art house documentaries are distributed in Poland, not on a huge scale, more in cinemas. They're more focused on art house. It's not very long distribution, but you know, it's okay. I would say, like, it's not mainstream, but it's okay. And Polish documentaries are also traveling a lot to foreign festivals, as far as I know.
The pandemic has hit hard the audiovisual industry in Mexico. At this time, activities have begun to resume with strict hygiene protocols that have implied reductions in crew, among other things. And in the case of Mexico City, permits for filming outdoors are not yet authorized. Fortunately, Mexico has a very resilient and committed film community that in recent months has been developing proposals to continue production in the country. Many festivals migrate to digital platforms and were a resounding success, such as the Ambulante Festival, specialized in documentary. Cinemas has begun to open gradually in states with the lowest risk of contagions, but with very strict protocols. The government has not responded in the most appropriate way to the artistic community in the face of the contingency that is experienced. However, the film community and the cultural sector are looking for a way to reinvent themselves in the midst of the pandemic.
There is like ambulance signal out there, so it's relevant to the question about COVID. So of course everything stopped for like 2-3 months because it was not officially not really allowed to go on the set. Of course there were some sets going on with producers were pushing for that, but mostly we were kind of stopped for 2-3 months. And Polish Film Institute lowered its donations. I don't really know how much, but I think it's something like 20-30%, so a lot. But it's also because they funded, they called it scholarship for filmmakers. It was like just financial aid that we were given after application process. like 500 euros, just without any like. It was not money was not borrowed. It was just like financial aid, and what's going on now? Everything seems getting back to normal, but what's going on with second wave? No one knows.
The interaction camp is one of the most important experiences in my life as a filmmaker. In the first instance, attending a film event in Serbia allows you to resize the world, discover a wonderful place with people who make you feel at home. In my case, as a Latin American, I felt very welcome in Serbia by its people. It is amazing how we have so many things in common. Secondly, the possibility of sharing with people from such diverse countries allows you to have and feel a global vision of cinema, and also to network and build very genuine and lasting friendships due to the special dynamics of the camp. In the third instance, facing production conditions in such an intense, creative, and enriching context allows you to discover and empower yourself while discovering incredible things that happen around you all the time. In fact, a dear friend, an Indian cinematographer whom I met at Interaction Camp, told me a quote that marked my career as a filmmaker and as a person. Cinema is an act to celebrate life. The Interaction Camp is like a dream and an experience that becomes a key milestone in the life of any filmmaker.
Yes, of course, my participation interaction affected me as an author and person, I guess. I have only good memories from those weeks. The biggest enlightenment was that you can create something, I would say good quality, in very little time, and you can easily communicate with people from other cultures and other filmmaking backgrounds, and I don't know, maybe it was a case of my best Czech crew, but it was like so easy to just fund the crew and go to the town, find a character and just start doing our job. And I love you guys.